What's up, dudes? It's ET13 and welcome back to another video. And I know that some of you, judging by the title of this video, are thinking, this is worthless, why are you doing this? And I'm just going to point out now, the reason I'm doing this is some people I know still do not believe that Ghidorah walks on two legs. And if you don't think that, please comment down below on what you think he will walk on, whether it'll be four legs or not walk at all. And why is that? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, as always. But in this video, I'll be going through a couple of categories stating why Ghidorah will be walking on two legs. I emphasize walking on two legs. First, we'll talk about merchandise. Then we'll talk about what we've seen in the movie. And then we'll talk about really some other inside sources and stuff I've had that have told me reasons to why Ghidorah walks exclusively on two legs. So to start this off, we're going to discuss the merchandise side of things. And first we're going to start off with SH Monster Arts, and I'll put the images up now. And as you can see in all these images I'm showing you right now, Ghidorah is on two legs exclusively, except for the one photo we have where he is flying. And really, there's more toys I'm going to get into, or action figures. I prefer action figures myself, but I'll get into those. But as you can see from SH Monster Arts, which is usually very accurate, it doesn't appear you can even make the wings into a walking stance. Plus, if he could walk on all fours, that would probably be better, because then it wouldn't have to be put up in had stands to keep it standing. So that would be a little weird if they couldn't put him on all fours if he walked on all fours, because SH Monster Arts is really good about making sure that their figures are as accurate as they can be, no matter what the price is. And as you can see with this image right here, he's flying, he's not on all fours. There is no shots of this, even here, when he's bent over sideways. They don't have it where his wings are narrowed so it appears he walks. They have stands so he stays upright. And in the next image that's going to pop up in about 2 seconds, it's Ghidorah versus Godzilla. And again, the wings are over him. It's to make him seem taller and more fearsome. And as Michael Dougherty said, he wanted these animals to retain animal characteristics while staying true to the original design. And we'll get into that here in a little bit, but even here, whenever it's not the promotional images, and this is like the first shot we saw, Ghidorah is still upright and everything. But if you're like, it's only one toy company or action figure company, I need more evidence. Let me show you the Jakks-specific action figures or toys. And even here, with such little images we've gotten, such as this one, you can still see that they have his wings in an upright position, and again, there's no appearance that you can move them so they can be on all fours. There appears to be a hinge in the wings, but it doesn't look like they can actually be on the ground. It looks like it's more for portability and moving them from one location to another. Here's another image of the smaller ones. Again, he's bent over sideways, but he is not crawling on all fours. And then here is another image of the bigger one that I showed you guys earlier. And Ghidorah, again, still doesn't have him on all fours. There's nothing here to suggest that, oh hey, he can be on all fours, because it's quite obvious in all these images and action figures we've got, he's not on all fours. And I believe these are all the action figures we've gotten so far from Jakks-specific and SH Monster Arts. But there's nothing, it's him on two legs, and that's it. But anyway, now we're going to go on to the promotional stuff for this movie, such as promotional images and posters. And to start off, we're going to be discussing the monster profile poster of Ghidorah, and as you can see, his legs are concealed, but you can still obviously see his wings, and they are to his side, high in the air. And now, like I said, granted, you can't see his legs, but I feel like this further confirms of how he will be showing his dominance. And then on this next poster, which the next two after this one will be essentially the same poster, Ghidorah's wings again are clearly visible on the upper right-hand corner. Again, his legs are concealed due to the clouds, but Ghidorah again is showing his dominance to Godzilla. That's the whole thing about this movie is Michael Dougherty tried to make them more like animals, and animals will do this like peacocks to show their dominance to the other species. And it's really to run them off, but most of the time they don't, and it ends in a fight. And here, the prolonged shot, even though it's prolonged, we don't see Ghidorah's wings, or we do see Ghidorah's wings, but we don't see his feet. And then, of course, the poster we just got yesterday, same thing. Ghidorah's wings are up above him. We do not see his legs. I feel like his legs will be looked over in this movie, because he is such a big object. And then, of course, the Chinese New Year poster, Ghidorah's wings are to his side again, and his legs are concealed. I do not believe we will get full clear images of Ghidorah in this movie. And the reason I think that is because he is so big, he's almost 2 times the size of Godzilla 2014. Because we don't know if Godzilla's actually grown in this movie. I think he did grow, but I don't see Ghidorah actually being in a shot fully because of how large he is. We will not see that. And he will also be kind of hidden in shadows, but he will still be clearly visible. It's just for CGI purposes and all that. But anyway, let's get on to the promotional images of Ghidorah. And here they are. Starting off, we're going to look at this one, and as you can see his wings, and again, you can't see his feet at all. This is probably him flying or him standing up. And then in this next image, now granted it is only the foot, but again, it appears that Ghidorah will not be on all fours during this movie, though that is kind of a small foot from how it looks, so that's really the only part that can be used against my theory. And then here we go again with the trapped in ice image of Ghidorah, and it appears that Ghidorah fell very wonky into this ice, but I do not see how he is on all fours here either. And then these last 2 images are, of course, the ones we got yesterday. And here it appears that Ghidorah's wing is over the building that you see beside Ghidorah's, I believe, left head. And I believe that it is draped over due to either Ghidorah is tired and losing, or something else. But it is weird how you can't see very much of Ghidorah in this image. You see his head and then some of his wing, and then it's really just a jumbled up mess of Ghidorah in the middle bottom part of that image. And then, of course, our final image here, the fiery image of Ghidorah wherever he is. I theorize this is either him flying in a storm, or this could be him falling. I'm not real sure here, but again, it does appear that this is him flying and him not walking, because I don't see any ground. But anyway, now we're going to move on to anything I missed, such as leaked images and other minor things revealed to us. And to start this off, we're going to show the Ruby's costume. Now granted, it is a costume, but this further does confirm that Ghidorah was made it's obvious to sell toys and action figures and stuff. So this is kind of another way of showing that, hey, Ghidorah walks on 2s. And then here we have the images from Monarch, in where it doesn't show a lot, but you can kind of see his wings in the upper right-hand corner. And then in this next image, it's all jumbled again. But I do not see him on all fours in all of these images. And then in this final one, you do see Ghidorah's wings very clearly in the regular position of them being by his side. Now, granted, these are photoshopped-ish, so you can't trust them 100%. And then here we have the images from Kong's Skull Island, and as you can see Ghidorah's wings in the upper right-hand corner, and they confirmed by this time these were the final designs. And then, of course, this image here, it's quite clear Ghidorah's wings are to his side, and they're very classic-looking. So, again, this further confirms it. And then here's a leaked image from Comic-Con of Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. Now, granted, you don't see his wings or feet, so this doesn't really help at all, but I'm going through everything. And then here's a little statue, I'm guessing, for Godzilla and Ghidorah. And as you can clearly see, Ghidorah's wings are by his side, up, and very menacing-like. Now, we're going to move on to footage we've seen in the trailers and stuff like that. And we're going to start off with the first trailer, and then we'll do the second trailer, and then we'll do the TV spot. There's not a whole lot of footage of Ghidorah, so there won't be a whole lot to take in. And then after this, I'll give you my quick reasoning on an inside source I've got on why Ghidorah's on two legs. So this first shot we have here is just of Ghidorah in the ice. Like I said, in the still image we got, it appears that he fell in on his back, and I doubt if he was on four legs that would be a thing. And then here, of course, we have Vera Farmiga saying I'm sorry, and then close up on Ghidorah's eyes, and like I said, I'm just putting in any and all footage I can find. And then finally the big money shot of the first trailer of Ghidorah flapping his wings and looking down. And really, I don't think really helps, but you know, I mean, looking at it, it does appear that Ghidorah isn't very strong in his wings to carry himself like that. Looks like he's stronger when he flies with them. But we'll get back to what I think the final alternative for Ghidorah when he moves will be. Anyway, let's get on with the second trailer's footage. So again, this first shot of Ghidorah in this trailer is him in the ice tomb, so nothing new. But anyway, this next shot is him in Boston getting up, and if you notice, he is again on two legs, and he's rising up with his legs, or not his legs, his wings, to his side, just as he's been in all of this. And then, of course, here's the only shot that I will say could be potential for him being on four legs. Now, what I think is happening here is this looks like it is in the Arctic, and this is as soon as he was released from his icy tomb, he had to get out, and he can't do it on two legs, so he uses his wings to pull him up, such as Rodan did in the trailer as well. Then really this next shot is just him falling down, but it doesn't appear that his wings are being used in the scene because there's buildings around him. And then this next shot is just of his feet going for the jet, and really I don't think that's really anything new. I just think that's him going for it. It doesn't help anybody's argument there, though they do seem small. I will admit they do seem a little small. And then this shot here is really the one everybody thinks of when they say Ghidorah's on 2 feet, which this is really what Ghidorah will probably be doing during the whole movie, is standing on 2 legs but using his wings to seem more of the dominant species against Godzilla. Because, like I said, Michael Dougherty said that he really wanted them to pertain animal traits. And then this final shot is of Godzilla and coming together, and I believe this is Ghidorah flying very low to the ground, because you don't see his wings actually act like they're running. All you see is him really just flying really low to the ground, because I don't think it would be easy for him with such a large wingspan to climb through the city. So I think this is him acting like a bird, being low to the ground and going very fast at his prey. And then before I really do my wrap-up and then explain a little bit, I do have one last bit of footage to show you, and it's all from the TV spot we got about 2 weeks ago. And then the last bit of Ghidorah footage we get that's new is this scene where Rodan and Ghidorah are coming together. And again, this doesn't support my theory, but it also doesn't help the idea that Ghidorah walks on two legs. And then, of course, I already went through this footage. But yeah, again, when he flies, it seems like he's ready to land on two legs and not four legs due to the way he is angled. But anyway, I did miss two images and they're going to pop up on your screen right now. And again, basically the same thing. Both of these images, the wings are up above Ghidorah and not to his side or on all fours. But there's all my evidence, and to add on, I know somebody that saw one of the exclusive screenings of King of the Monsters, and I asked him, and it was the only bit I asked him was, how many legs was Ghidorah on? And he said two. So, again, at least for 90 minutes of the movie, Ghidorah will be on two legs. But really, Michael Dougherty said he wanted to be true to the originals, and Ghidorah on four isn't true. He never was on four legs. Really, what will happen is either he won't be on two legs hardly at all and only fly, or when he is on two legs, it's very brief. But I'm probably expecting the latter one. But I hope with all the evidence I gave you that Ghidorah is keeping his wings up and high and to his side to seem more predatorial, kind of helped you understand that Ghidorah will be on two legs for this movie and only be on fours whenever he needs to get up. I don't think he's strong enough to actually run with his wings at all. But I hope this was informative. Comment down below what side of the spectrum you're on, whether you think he will be on 4 or will be on 2, or maybe you're in the middle. Anyway, comment down below. I always love reading your guys' comments. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that this was informative. Sorry that this is kind of a very long video, but you know, I wanted to give all you guys the research I found. Anyway, don't let King Kong make a monkey out of you, G-fans. See ya.